Kevin, did you get hit by a car as we were walking in here?
I made him think that he hit me, but I hit his car.
He really did think that guy was
Wait,
like,
what?
Oh.
I hit his car
Did
so
you-
that he learned a valuable lesson in life.
To back up.
To watch where you're going at all times, because that could have been a child. I could have had a kid with me or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I tapped his car, and then I pretended like he hit me so that he would feel remorse and maybe next time actually pay attention to what he's doing in life. You know?
Car hit Con Carne.
Yeah. But if I didn't tap his car, yes, he would have hit me anyway.
Yeah,
So
he was backing up like crazy.
Lots of profanity being shared here in the parking lot of Gene and Jude's.
It's always something here too.
It's high levels of stress. Well, River Road is a little bit treacherous.
It is.
People drive like absolute jackasses on River Road. Look at this. It's Con Carne. I'm James Van Oswald. Con Carne is presented by Alex Ross Art. Alex Ross, if you haven't... Right?
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah.
We got presented by?
Yeah, we got presented by. Not only presented by Alex Ross Art. Alex Ross is one of the greatest artists in the history of graphic novels. Kingdom Come, Marvels.
Yeah.
Forget about it. Earth X, he's the guy. Marvel, DC, if you haven't seen...
I have 2 posters of his on my wall in my garage.
I have 2 in my house. If you haven't seen his work, Ryan...
All the stuff comes in 2s.
He does this photorealistic painting. He uses actual people dressed up in costumes. He creates costumes for them, and he paints them so that they look like real people when you see them on the page. It is stunning. I mean, they look like photographs. He is the best of the best. He has a YouTube channel. You guys are on YouTube.
Alex Ross.
Alex Ross Art. You should subscribe to Alex's channel, and here's Alex Ross to tell you all about it.
Hi, this is Alex Ross. I appreciate you guys supporting our YouTube, and we create new content every week. I hope you will continue to support us, and please subscribe.
You guys ready for the theme song?
Yep.
It's Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Oswald.
Sincerely love your interviews because I just feel like
Well, just you wait. Just you wait.
You do this one first.
Yeah. Let's see how we do here. I've got like 5
back
hand
of the
scribbled
napkin.
thoughts.
He wrote these on the back of the napkin of Gene and Jude's.
This definitely isn't as in depth as the simulation conversation.
Okay, well then forget about it.
Yeah, no, we're just here
what
to
I
plug
said.
a show. So anyway, it is Con Carne. I'm James Van Oswald. To my right, in the front seat, that is Ryan Argast of the band Marina City, returning to this podcast.
Woo-hoo.
In the back seat is returning guest Kevin Singleton of Night Spice. 2 artists in different bands, but the reason why they're here together, well, because they're a lot of fun together, and they know each other, and this is a fun way to hang out before the holidays. But also, both bands, Marina City and Night Spice, at Thalia Hall. It's happening in January. It's happening the 20th of January, which is a Saturday night. I want to start there because I think that in itself, that's the headline. It's not just, you guys have a show. 2 independent Chicago area bands headlining a show. Back in the day, to date myself, and Kevin, I think you could probably relate a little bit here, this seemed more commonplace.
Yeah.
Where local
absolutely.
bands would headline local venues. Local independent artists were kind of propped up as stars, and there were kingmakers around the city at clubs who would put them on bills. This does not happen that often.
Nope.
And Kevin, I'm speaking to you kind of directly here because you're a talent buyer.
Yep.
At Bottom Lounge, and you would probably know better than anyone what that's like right now.
It's very different than it used to be. Growing up as, coming up in the scene as a musician and then kind of switching over to doing both sides of the coin. It's not as... It's really weird. Like, you can't find it as often as you used to be able to. Like, bands like, back in the day, like Escape from Earth or Crash Poet or... whether like Relative Ash, other like that's just on that genre,
right?
But then you have like obviously like Lucky Boys Confusion, The Dog and Everything, Empyrean or Treaty of Paris, whatever, like Seraphine, all those bands used to be able to play, have their headlining shows and have their friends be like direct support, and then build up the bill with other bands from other areas. It just doesn't happen as much anymore, and it's really, really unfortunate. That is kind of why. That is like my thing with this project is, yes, I am in the business, and yes, I'm afforded sometimes things that even I shake my head at, like, oh, like when we, getting a show like this. But if I can be the catalyst or the spark that allows these talent buyers or these people in other places to be like, this is worth our time, we can continue to do this, we can sustain these ways, then I'm gonna put that on my back and I'm gonna ride it out and see what I could do. Because if we crush this show, who knows? Like, they might have another Friday or Saturday open down the line. They're like, oh, let's just we just leave it dark. Or they could be like, hey, that show we did in January in a time where we normally were dark was awesome. Let's do that again. Let's reach out to a couple local bands and see what we can do. And like I said, it's a pain in the butt, like logistically and mentally, playing these rooms that that you shouldn't be playing.
Stop.
But at the same time, when you do get people out there for it as a local independent band, it is so much more rewarding than it has any right to be. So
yeah, I mean, my frames of reference go even a little bit further back to the 1990s. I mean, Metro would have their local band nights like every Tuesday. It'd be like 3 local bands for $5, and they just kind of rolled the dice and hope people would show up, and they did. And I would love to see more of this. Marina City and Night Spice, the hot synth sounds of Night Spice, the soulful alt pop of Marina City on stage at Thalia Hall on a Saturday night in the dead of winter. We're going to be dying to do something fun.
Yeah.
We're going to be dying for the hot synth, really, in the dead of winter.
Miami, LA. I don't know why it was so difficult.
That's okay. Well,
Don't be ridiculous. Miami, LA. It's Miami, Illinois.
Yeah. We're going worldwide with Miami. Who cares?
The Golden Guys and Night Spice taking the stage. I've got to ask you, and we'll get to you, Ryan, but we're outside Gene and Jude's. I want Ryan to enjoy his hot dog and French fries. This is number 2 for you.
No, you don't have to say that. You don't have to say that.
Oh, well, we talked about this the last time you were in the car.
It would be expected if it was the number 2 for me, but not this. not this guy. All right, hey.
Ryan's got one of those metabolisms where he can eat anything. It doesn't even.
Let me tell you, I knew this was happening. I didn't eat a thing before. I was like, I need to harvest all my nuts before I go in for this.
I love that.
Yes, harvest your nuts, Ryan. I'm so glad you did. So Night Spice, you guys are working at a pretty monstrous pace.
Yeah, it doesn't stop.
It probably should, right? Like you guys are you're cranking out stuff almost faster than people can consume it at this point.
Yeah, that was almost kind of the point. Is to just continue. It's like when you go fishing. I know this is like what,
yeah.
But
hey, I've seen it on TV.
When you go fishing, when you go fishing, you have two options. You can cast and let it chill, or you can cast, pull it back, cast again, pull it back, cast again, until something hits, until something really connects and resonates. Me being the primary songwriter and having recording equipment and all that stuff at my disposal at all times, why not? It's a fun hobby to me. I love writing songs. I love recording music. I love tracking. I love doing all this stuff. If I have the luxury of doing it, why not? That's the way I see it. There's no limitations when you're your own boss, essentially. And we are unsigned, doing our own thing. So fuck it. Let's just ride.
Yeah, and I'm playing devil's advocate.
Absolutely.
I'm podcasting as often as I can for the same exact reasons. Like, I enjoy doing it. I have the resources, and why not? I have fun. Why not keep recording? Why not have
you never know.
Ryan and Kevin in the car?
You can write a song like bands or like people randomly with TikToks. There's people that TikTok to the echo chamber, and then one day they post that one thing that just explodes.
Yeah, Russ. You guys are familiar with Russ? He's an independent rapper.
Yeah.
He talked about actually just recently that, and you're not really talking about the money side of things, which is totally respectable and everything, but if you were to also add to what you're saying when the money side of stuff, they'll talk about, it may not be a song that makes you $100 or whatever the case is, or $100 million, but if you write 100 songs, you release 100 songs and stuff like that, your catalog can keep going and going, and now you're streaming. All of a sudden, that's where you can start really making some money. The more art that people can consume and purchase, one is to consume, but if you're just talking about business sense in this specific situation, there's also money in that in having a bigger catalog than a smaller catalog.
Now, what I will say is I learned my lesson. I did. I actually learned something this year. Crazy, right? But we released an album, a second album, and I have also realized that the attention span sometimes for people with how much content is out there, it's hard for people to take in albums these days from independent bands, like new listeners.
Yeah.
Like they'll listen to a couple songs here. So with the new release, yes, we're releasing new music right away next week. Actually, this is the first song.
I'm shocked.
And yeah, instead of releasing a new album or a full album, I'm releasing one song every 2 weeks for the next 22 weeks.
For the next 22 weeks.
Yeah.
22 weeks.
Game on, Ryan.
Yeah.
So 11
Holy
songs.
What do you guys do? One song this year? What
Okay. All right.
Yeah. One song a week for the next 22 weeks, starting next week.
That's
So,
amazing.
that is
And
amazing.
and the flip side of the coin, which I know we're talking about Kevin, not about me, but the flip side of the coin is like we have. It's hard to explain, but like on our side, we were like, okay, we feel as that we'll release stuff. One, we don't have the capabilities of being able to record ourselves all the time. That is really high quality that we feel good about. So there is a money element to it for sure.
Yeah.
But for us, well, there were some contractual. There was reasons why we only released one song was because of contract stuff.
Got it.
For that, but
And you know I'm just busting your balls.
No, I get it. I'm gonna cry later, but this is totally fine. But in 2024, we will release more music. We're really excited about it, and we base it everything that we do, whether it's a show, it's a song, it's whatever. There's always an event around it.
Yep.
So anytime that we do a headlining gig,
We had this
Anytime-
conversation like 10 years ago, by the way.
yeah. I mean, Kevin and I know
bet.
each other for a long time. Anytime we release music, there is a reason for it.
Yep.
The time that we release the music, there's a reason for it. So, like specifically right now, we're releasing an acoustic record, and the reason why we're releasing acoustic records for a couple different things. One, it's the dead of the winter, and so often to us, we feel that it could probably get lost with a bunch of like Christmas music. So since we're not going to release a bunch of Christmas music, if we can strip down some of our songs and really just showcase more of our softer side, that's one to do it.
Like better weather.
Better weather, exactly.
So good.
Thank you. We
I've always
actually
loved that
recorded
song.
that. We actually recorded that all ourselves. So we are trying to. So that's the second thing. We're trying to learn how to record ourselves. So we did that, and then 3, there's some songs that we're going to bring back that some fans have missed because we took them off a long time ago. But we're bringing it in a more older, just better outlook of it. And then 4th. There's something that's happening in the spring for us that, like, literally I can't talk about right here. But the reason why I say that right now is that it just showcases a lot of things that we're doing, and then we'll have all the heavy hit rock songs right after it. So
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And you mentioned TikTok, Ryan. It seems to me like the band's going all like you can't be great at every social media platform. You can't be focused. It's impossible.
Yeah.
It seems to me like Marina City is focused on TikTok now more so than any.
Yeah, I would say TikTok and Instagram, and the reason why specifically for that is that, like, people don't come to Marina City and go, like, I think individually we're funny guys and we're just fun dudes, but we're not like, the band isn't a funny band. And so for us, what we can do the best at is like performing really well and emotionally getting you. And I feel like what's great about TikTok and Instagram, even though that they will shadow ban us in every single thing that we do.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But we can showcase art that we feel is aesthetically pleasing to us while also promoting our music that we feel is not extremely unlike us, and we can emote the emotion that we want you to get with the music through the visuals on TikTok and Instagram.
That's important.
You guys both ate before I did, so now I'm literally like the only guy who's going to be eating on camera.
I could just rustle
I
my
didn't
bag
eat
back
nothing.
here.
I'm hungry.
I can shake my bag up a little bit so it seems like I'm doing something.
All right, so you guys have known each other for a while. Kevin, I think the first thing that people think of or connect with Ryan is that voice of his.
Absolutely.
What was your first impression of him?
I pulled him aside, and I said, "Hey, dude, you're really good, and your band is not."
This was in Marina City.
This was not. No. This was no. Absolutely no. Because his band, like everybody
We've
in
known each
Marina
other for
City,
a really, really long time.
everybody in Marina City, past, present, and future, has all been really good at what they do. No, this is absolutely not Marina. This is a long time ago. I pulled him inside and I said, "Hey, dude, you have a really great voice. I remember him. He had his like finger gloves on and his little like black and white
Hold on,
shirt
let's
and
just
hat.
talk about the voice. I thought that's what you.
And I was just like,
Stay
hey,
on
this
point,
guy,
bro.
This little guy's this guy's a rock star. Let's go. I was like, yo, you're so much better than your band, dude. Time to take it seriously. And he goes, wow. Like I was just like, yeah, dude. I'm not trying to be rude or anything like that, but like, obviously he stood the test of time. So
Yeah, none of those guys actually play music
yeah,
anymore.
like it was so obvious by like, and then even like years later, like he started right before Marina City, he started doing his solo thing, and and I was just like, yeah, this is the move, keep it going. And then Marina City started, and he's been on an absolute like great path with that. So, and everybody in his band is just as good as him now. I could
I love
say
the band.
like truthfully, like every like
Thank
the
you.
guitar player rips, the drummer is a monster. So like it's finding where you fit in and surrounding yourself with people, with pieces that like
Yeah.
build you up is so important.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it could be hard to remove yourself from a band member or somebody that you consider a friend.
Yeah.
But at
Yeah.
the same time, it's like if it's not working on the way that you need it to for your art to prosper, you got to let it go. You have to, So
I will just say that in this, we were really scared being a 3-piece at first, just because it's just like, we were a 6-piece. So
Right,
going
yeah.
down to 3-piece is scary. But I will say that the best thing about the 3-piece is that there is, I mean this in the best way possible, even to the guys that have left, because I love them absolutely so much. There is no fat to be trimmed. There is guitar, drum, vocals, and that we have to showcase ourselves. We're writing together, the three of us. We actually have, we just talked about the other day, we haven't had one fight because we're all like, everyone knows our roles. And everyone's like, okay, this is what I bring, this is what I bring. There's no one wondering, well, what do I bring in this band?
Yeah.
What do I, well,
Yeah.
like I'm one of 6. That guy took this. It's like, this is what we do. It doesn't feel
Everyone's
like
secure in who they
Exactly.
are. Yeah.
And it feels really good.
getting there can be a real pain in the ass.
Getting there is a real pain.
But-
But it wouldn't have been there
Yeah.
when we started as even though like this is also maturity. This is also
Sure.
that a lot of years working with each other and stuff like that too. I'm not saying that if Eric, Toto, and I got together today for the first time, that would be the same thing. But
Yeah,
it's
you
just
grew into it.
We grew into it. We knew what we were doing, and because of the loss of other members, everyone stepped up. We had to step up.
It's like a
learn
fight or
this stuff.
flight type deal
Yeah.
too,
Exactly.
I saw that with the harmonies when you were doing the harmony
Yeah.
practicing
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like, that's how it happens sometimes. That's how you find out that people can sing because
Right.
you don't need them to because you have somebody else that you can rely on.
Exactly.
And then it's just like they're gone. It's like, oh, wow, damn. And then you hear a harmony out of nowhere. You're like, you could sing? It's like, yeah,
No,
you
that's
never asked me.
actually-
You never asked me to, bro. Like,
It honestly
yeah.
sounds like you're at our rehearsals because that's literally what happened. I was like, dude, why didn't you guys do it before? And then, I can play piano and I can produce. I was like, what the fuck?
Why were you holding out?
Toto was like, look at all these riffs I made. I was like, where have they been? Like,
Yeah.
like literally, Toto
And-
wrote
yeah.
Better Weather's riff, but like outside of that for a long time, he was just like not bringing in anything new. And then all of a sudden, when it was like just the three of us, he's like, I got this, and every song that you're going to hear new from us is something that he wrote. And so I'm really excited about
That's
that. I
awesome.
think it has a cool
That
element.
dude's a
to it.
monster guitar player too.
He
so.
is. And I assume that the next question was going to be the opposite of what I thought of Kevin.
Kind of.
Yeah. I see where you're going, Jamie. So this is, I'm excited about this. I'm glad that you didn't ask this and I had to bring it up. So great hosting, dude.
Killing it.
Just keep eating. No, no. So, look, man, I knew Kevin when he was in Inept, and that band to me was. This is not because Kevin's in here. Literally #1 band, local band, but I didn't really. When I say local band, it almost sounds like a negative connotation now.
Yeah.
But similar to what Kevin talked about earlier, where like local bands actually played massive gigs, and was like, dude, when people were like, what do you listen to? I was like, Inept, Fastest Kid Alive, Made of Veil, Danger is my middle name.
God, I love all those bands.
That's what I was listening to.
Made of Veil.
A Kidnapping Color, like that. If you asked me what I was listening to, it was that. The local bands to me were like the rock stars, and
Yeah.
that so when I say that like Inept was the top, I listened to so much in between us, like I literally had to buy a separate CD because I burnt like if mine was dead in my whatever CD player I had. So with that said, like I specifically remember, and I don't know how this even happened. I think maybe he knew a guitar player from our band. I don't even think he knew me, but for whatever reason, we were able to get on a show with him at Morris at this place called Sonic Portrait, and it was like the biggest show for like my entire life. Like I remember, literally, I was just saying this off air that I had such a huge grudge on Twilight because the show that we were doing was the same night that Twilight was being premiered, and trying to get people to buy tickets. We're like, well, Twilight's that night. And I was like, dude, who cares about Twilight? You can see it the next day. We ended up selling like 75 tickets or something like that, which was pretty big for us as a local band in that
absolutely.
area.
That show was awesome.
And that show was super cool. And Calls for Comfort was on it. And it was just like after you said that to me, like literally brought back every memory.
Yeah.
And I remember him bringing to me, and he was like, hey, he said everything he said, and then he said, if you keep all these people here, we'll get you a show at the Metro.
Yeah.
And I, you know what, I don't know what ended up happening anyways, but like a couple years later when Marina City was doing a debut show, we did the House of Blues with Action Blast, which was his band.
And I remember me and Anthony brought that up. We were like, man, we've been telling this dude that we're going to get him a dope show for the longest time. We got to do it. We got to do it.
And for people who don't know, Marina City, I mean, if you listen to any kind of podcast or any kind of interview, they always ask me where that name came from, and now I'm bringing it up.
Hang on, I have never asked you that.
I know. This is why I have to bring it up. This is actually, I'm not gonna lie, real quick. The reason why you're one of my favorite interviewers is because you don't ask the question that everyone's gonna
I've never asked that of anyone. I don't think.
Where does the name come from? How did you guys all meet? So anyways, the name comes from the two Honeycomb Towers in downtown Chicago, and our first show ever was in House of Blues, which House of Blues is connected to.
Technically, it wasn't. Technically, they played at the college like a little bit beforehand, and
No,
I was pissed about it, but it's okay.
What? Oh no! Actually, this is what really happened.
All right, tell me about it.
This dude, right before our first show ever, that House of Blues show, someone broke into our car.
Yeah, that's right.
And
That's
stole
right. That's right.
all
You
of
had
our
to do that
equipment.
thing. Yeah. That's
So we played like someone's basement, like someone's. It was like, do you remember Carbon Tigers? They were like a band back in the day. Their stuff got stolen too, like by a completely separate thing. And so they were doing a charity event, and they let us play, and we got a couple bucks off the door or whatever, so that we can buy some stuff.
Oh my
for
God.
our show at House of Blues.
We're like, you promised us the debut would be at House of Blues.
Yeah,
You
no
played
one. I mean, no one knew us there. We just got.
I didn't know that stuff got stolen. Now I feel bad.
Yeah.
Been
Of course,
holding
the
a
plot
grudge.
twist
Been
is-
holding a grudge for 11 years, like, you know.
All you could afford for that House of Blues show were a couple of ukuleles.
Yeah, we did. No, it was really cool. We ended up doing, dude, we never played a show before. Never played a show before as a band. Our stuff got stolen because we were practicing. They broke into it, and we ended up doing like a Indiegogo, and then we did that show, and it was enough money to get like 2 more guitars.
Amazing.
And we played that House of Blues show a week later.
Yeah, that show sold out, too.
Yeah, it was a sold out House
That's
of Blues show.
amazing.
Yeah.
And again, all local bands, and
Yep.
that was a different time. 11 years ago was a different time.
Yeah. Well, and we're bringing it back. You're
Yeah,
bringing it
that's
back.
that's the plan.
Thalia Hall on January 20th, Marina
put that
City,
pressure on me.
and Night Spice. So, Kevin, where did you get your name? You like Spice?
No, actually, can I really? Can I tell? I don't think I've ever told anybody where our band name came from.
Really?
Ever.
Wow, you did the one question no one else asked.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. No, I don't think anybody's ever asked
Talk
me
about
this.
a plot
The
twist.
Godfather of the Shy.
So there used to be a porn channel like called the Spice Channel
Yeah.
back in the day, and after
You know.
and after 10 o'clock, instead of music, like if you watch the channel, I had a hot box back in the day. So like if you had the channel up until 10 o'clock, it was just music. There was no noises, no like sex sounds, you know. So like. After 10 o'clock, it became Night Spice, and you could hear you could hear shit. So it's kind of something that stuck along with me for the longest time. And I mean, I registered the Facebook page in like 2014. Like,
Oh,
you know,
no way, wow.
You know, I've had the name for years.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like I've had the name for years, and I always, you know, there was Night Spice, and then there was Loincloth. There was all these like really terrible names that we were coming up with for just the band, like the idea of me doing this like synthy weird shit, and then I was just like, Night Spice has got to be it. I told the guys, so all my friends, like, from back in the day that I grew up with, you know, we have this like group chat that every once in a while we hit there's like this specific noise that was on the channel, and we voice message one another, and it's like the funniest inside joke, but that's it.
That's amazing.
It's so stupid.
You and your friends just sat around and watched porn together?
No, I mean, kind of, yeah. Like, you know, back in like the '90s, there's nothing else going on, bro. You know, like,
Hey, what you doing, man? I don't know. Just watching porn. You want to come over?
Kevin is sex positive.
That's
absolutely, you know, like whatever. It's, you know, I grew in the '90s. '90s is a weird place, man.
And to be fair, Night Spice is a sexy sounding band. I mean, that synthesizer.
Oh, woo.
That's the instrument of love right there.
Yeah, I feel like every band name that you've had pretty much is right on to the sound that the band is.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Let's talk about the one song you put out this year,
Okay.
which is
That
great.
feels like shade, but
It's not shade. It's a callback, if anything.
okay.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
It is Tanzanite.
Yeah.
It's a heavier song
Yeah.
than we've
Yeah.
heard from you recently.
Yeah.
You, as a band, you've certainly not been afraid to go there before, but it
Yeah.
seems like a while since you had that kind of edge to you.
Yeah, so you know, I think everyone's always like, what kind of sound are you? What kind of band are you? Blah blah, and it's just like so annoying because sometimes, like, I mean, and this guy knows. I mean, he's got how many bands have you had that's all different kind of sounds? We're just like, you know, man, we started this band when we were 18, and I'm 30, and it's just like, you know, times have changed, and I just kind of do different things.
Yeah.
I will just say, like, some of the newer stuff that we're doing is definitely leans more rock, and I think a lot of that is because you have Toter, who's like loves Metallica, and he's a big songwriter now, and you got Eric, who loves Nine Inch Nails, as a big songwriter with it too. So I get to just bring in my Michael Jackson, Justin Timberlake, Joe Cocker voice as much as
I love
can.
it.
Thank you. But I think that's what is really cool, is being able to mix all of them together. So I think that we'll always have elements of rock and pop put together, and not really have to pigeonhole ourselves in just one genre.
That's it. That's the move.
That's the move. And Marina City, I've said this before in different ways, I mean, hooks for days.
That's as long as it's catchy and it's emotional, then we're like, let's get it. And usually there's some darkness to everything, so we'll put that in. We're rock and rolling.
And there's the segue. Welcome to Miami, Illinois, Chapter 2, After Dark, is the most recent full length from Night Spice. By naming it Chapter 2, you created an album that is meant to be thought of in the same context as the first album.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all the first 4 releases come from my book that I wrote, and all of them will be. There's only 4. There's not really 4 chapters. There's 4 chapters of albums, but there's, like, you know, pages 1 to 200 is chapter 1. Pages 2 to 300 is chapter 2. 3 to 4, you know, like or 2 to 300 is 3. 300 to 400 is 4, and then that story is done, and then I'll figure out what I'm doing next. But
Will the band end when the story's done? Or
no,
will the
I
other
don't.
thing
I don't
go?
think so. I think I'm just gonna write another book.
Yeah.
You know, so
The band will have to self-terminate after the
it's over.
Right.
cycle.
Yeah.
I know that like originally Matty Healy kind of said that in 1975 was only supposed to be 3 records, and we were supposed to be like kind of like this happens and it's done. But then it was like, well, I make a lot of money here. Why would I?
Yeah.
Let's keep that going.
I like that all the songs are written up from, like, you know, based off of the story that I wrote, but at the same time, like, I'm not, as long as I like what I'm doing, I'm gonna I'm just gonna, in between, once 4 hits, I'll chill for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll believe the chill when I see it.
Now I'll sit back and write another story, and you know, it'll be like the second book essentially. Yeah, because this no offense to myself, but I did write the story open-ended to where something else could continue. You know, like I purposely did that. So I was just like, it does have I can't say open-ended, like it does have a definitive conclusion, but there is room to continue if you know, so.
Nice.
I love that 3-dimensional approach to the band and the concept.
Yeah, I wouldn't do this without it. Like I was like done with music. It needed to be multi-platform. I needed to be able to have different ways of throwing it out there. The story element to me is the most important, which is weird because like it has not connected to the fan base really yet. But once the comic book comes out, which is almost done by the way, so once the comic book comes out, the comic book's gonna have 20 issues, and then after the comic book comes out, the actual physical book comes out in conjunction with the 4th release. So I really need to slow down because
You are a prolific motherfucker.
I like what I'm doing right now.
That's the secret.
That's the
You know,
most.
he's a dad. You know,
Yeah.
to 2, right?
Yep.
3, 2.
Those. Yeah.
And when like I'm gonna be a dad in March, and
Hell yeah,
Dude.
yeah, and it's something that
Start sleeping now.
I barely do, so I feel like I can
be
hold
all
on
right,
to
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But like the reason why I bring this up is just that like a lot of people that tend to get married or have families or have a new job or whatever tend to give up the things that they really love or are afraid of those things that it's kind of done. And I just feel like music to me is like this. It's not like what I do. It's like part of me. It's
Yeah,
like
of
what
course.
I am. And so I feel like my child. Her name is going to be Jazz, short for Jasmine. So like music is already in her DNA. I guess my question for that is like, where do you find the time? Is it just that I'm so passionate about it once they fall asleep, or in between I just do it?
Time.
It's a construct. It's only with humans.
Time. Sometimes to me just does not exist.
Do you fall asleep late? Do you wake up early?
I fall asleep when I can,
Yeah.
and I wake up when I need to.
Yeah.
So, and anything and everything in between there is just what happens. Some people like to play video games. Some people like to
Yes.
watch sports. Some people like to read. Some people like to write. I like to do all that shit,
Yeah.
and I do. All at the same time.
I honestly, I'm stoked to hear this. Like, this is actually
like
really
whether
comforting.
it's
to
like
hear.
some people are ambidextrous when it comes to like the left and right hand or left and right brained people. I can do both things at once. I'll have my laptop open while I'm working, and then I have my right hand will be my notepad on my phone where I'm writing notes to my story while checking emails and replying to, I'm doing both at the same. I'm sitting changing a diaper while I have my laptop open replying to an email. Like it is just, you get it where you can.
Yeah.
And when I said earlier, get your sleep in now. It's just, if you really like, obviously I've been doing this music thing for so long that like I gotta like it.
Yeah.
Like
you do it because you like it and you
I
want to
have
connect
to,
with people.
it is the most. You put it all out there, and it could be miserable. Music you can put a song out there and it won't hit the way you thought it would, or you can do something to where, or you could start a band where, people really like it, but you're not really into it. As long you have to love what you're doing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll just fizzle. And this is the first band that I've been in ever where like I get really excited about the shit I'm doing.
That's awesome.
So,
Well, I found it. I'm sure you guys agree. And by the way, listening to both of you talk, I feel like, well, these guys are my people. I feel like the second you stop chasing money and really lean in on the stuff you enjoy and are passionate about, that stuff will come.
Yep.
I mean, it's easy to say when you're looking for money, but I really believe if you're chasing your passion and not just putting a dollar sign on everything you look at and do, it's a very liberating feeling.
Absolutely.
And that's great knowledge to say.
and just like I said earlier, surrounding yourself with people
Yeah, for sure.
that like build up what you're doing instead of tearing it down, finding the right crew. Like the crew that I have right now is, I mean, I have my best friend of like 20 plus years, Lucas. He's not actually in my band, but he's in my band. It's weird. He sings all the harmonies on all our songs. He's at the studio with me nonstop. But
he's like John Goblikon for Necrogoblikon.
Exactly, but he won't show up in a photo shoot or a video shoot.
Is he playing on at the show?
He plays every show with us.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he's in the band live. He does everything except for promo stuff.
That's funny.
It's
So is there
stupid.
4 of you right now?
There's 6.
Is there gonna be 6 of you on
There's
stage
6
on
of
that
us.
day?
Yeah, we have a bass player, a keyboard player, a guitar player, an additional keyboard player, a drummer, and myself, and a saxophonist for 5 songs too. So 7 of us at one point.
You don't have a drummer. You have a Mark.
I have Mark S's, who is the biggest pain in my ass, but I love him dearly. So
He's great.
he's so good at playing his instrument that like he gets pissed at me when I don't show up to his studio sessions, because that's one of the only things I can't do is track drums. And I just don't show up because I'm like, dude, you're good, bro. Like, shut up and record it. And he's like, oh, I'm second guessing everything. Don't. You're good.
Yeah.
Stop. And if something sucks, I can always edit in Pro Tools later. Like, that's, it's 2023, bro. It's not the 70s. You don't have to be John Bonham, bro. Like, chill the fuck out and just play your drums. If it sucks, then I'll edit it. So it is, I don't know, building yourself up with the proper people. That's why I was saying, like, to Ryan earlier, like, the dudes that you're with. It's whether it's like, because I write all our music and I record all our music, and I still have a shitload of band members that serve a direct purpose. Like Ted, my keyboard player. I talked about this the other day with somebody else, but like Ted is so important to our band's live show, and he builds our sets in Reaper Live, and he puts all the programming together, and he helps organize us, and he kills it on keyboards, he kills it on vocals. Like, the dude is like a utility player for every instrument, like, or like Lucas, if our bass player can't show up, Lucas is like, I don't really need to play guitar because we're a synth band, so I'll go play bass. Or it's surrounding yourself is so important. For all the bands out there listening to this, if you have a band member that sucks, fire them.
I know, and it's easier said than done.
It is. It is absolutely easier said than done.
But you just
you have to do it.
Why you're doing it, if they bring you down,
don't do it.
Yeah,
it's not worth it.
New Year's resolution: fix that shit in 24.
Fix that shit in 24.
All right. So the 20th of January, 2 independent area bands headlining Thalia Hall. I love this. I want more of this. I want more of both of you. What a great show that's going to be.
Can't wait.
Ryan and Kevin, I'm glad. I like doing this multiple bands in the car thing.
Same.
Yeah.
This was cool because just asking him questions too. Like, it's cool.
Yeah.
I love the cross pollination. I need to do more of this.
And I think so too.
Or just have you guys do it every now and then. That's fine.
Yeah, it is up.
Keep bringing you back. All right, guys. Thank you. I'm going to finish my hot dog because Ryan shamed me into not eating anymore.
I cannot believe you stopped eating.
I stopped eating. You shamed me.
At the Holy Land?
At the Holy Land.
Santa's coming to town soon. You're going to act like that?
Yeah. Wow. Someone's getting cold.
Someone's getting cold. All right. We're going to see you at Thalia Hall. To those who are watching or listening, this is it. Happy holidays, and hope you have a happy new year.